On tonight's Wildcast, we bring you important updates on a research discovery that could save lives, and we will take a glimpse into how a theater performance shares its message.
And stick around because later we will dive into all current politics in a new political poll segment. Wildcast starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Wildcast. I'm Avery Klein.
And I'm Gabby Alvarado.
Gabby, it's your first time anchoring Wildcast. How are you feeling?
I'm actually so excited. I've been looking forward to this all day and all week, basically.
I'm glad to hear that. That's great. Okay, jumping straight into the show, tonight's top stories all relate to recent efforts by the university to support students. The first, a new discovery that could change lives. Researchers at the U of A believe they have uncovered a new treatment for opioid overdoses. The treatment breakthrough is in regards to a new molecule that the team discovered, a molecule with the potential to last longer and require less doses than Narcan, the drug that is currently used on overdose patients. With 400 to 500 overdose deaths a year in Pima County, the speed and accessibility of this new treatment could assist first responders in saving lives.
Moving from support medically, this next story is in regards to financial tools. The university debuts its new financial planning resources, which aim to educate and prepare students. These resources come in the form of the Financial Planning Lab and the Financial Coaching CAT service. This first resource, the Planning Lab, is a 32-seat classroom that was gifted by the Charles Schwab Foundation. It is filled with technology that can aid students interested in financial planning as a career. The second resource is the Financial Coaching CAT service. This is a free service set up by the university that allows students to work alongside peers to receive financial advising. Both of these resources are available for all students.
Another free resource that supports students' physical safety is the SafeCats app. The University of Arizona paired with a safety platform to create a new mobile app available for download. I got the opportunity to explore this new program. Take a look. The University of Arizona's Office of Public Safety recently paired with Rave Mobile Safety, a campus safety platform, to release a new application, allowing students and the community alike to stay prepared, informed, and connected to campus, all at the ease of their fingertips. The new mobile app SafeCats was released at the start of the fall 2025 semester. The free app combines all of the University of Arizona safety features into one homepage. It offers real-time tools and resources for users to stay informed and connected to campus from anywhere. The Office of Public Safety aims to maintain a safe and inclusive environment for all members of the community. Chief Safety Officer Steve Patterson expands on this.
Trying to continue to empower our community with tools and resources. And a lot of the SafeCats application is a big piece of that.
The app includes features such as Friend Walk, Work Alone, Social Escape, Mobile Blue Light, and reporting non-emergency tips. For students and the community, this application promotes safety and fosters awareness. It also assists with campus housing, allowing RAs and residents to receive and report emergencies within moments.
And so when we talk to our residents about SafeCats, we talk about the kind of options it gives you, like how you can contact UAPD and EMS directly through it, and kind of the social escape options and just everything that you might need in your day-to-day life that, you know, if you're feeling unsafe, you can always just look at the app and it has a lot of options.
There have been just over 9,000 downloads of the app since its release, according to Patterson. The university hopes that this application will continue to grow and that all students, faculty, and family will download SafeCats so that they are prepared in the event of an emergency.
Our goal is really to empower the community with resources and tools so not only can they take care of each other and take care of themselves, but create that safe environment. When people feel safe, people thrive.
Reporting for UATV3, Avery Klein.
After a short break, our stories will move from what the university is currently doing for students to what opportunities have been available for them.
We will take a look into a recent theater performance with a deeper message and one basketball player's DJ debut, all when we come back.
I'm Kate Condon, and you're watching UATV3.
This is Madeline Heinrich, and you're watching UATV3.
I'm Jaden Zelm.
I'm Demetra Alarcon.
I'm Carly Siegel.
I'm Delaney Penn.
I'm Gabby Rosenberg.
I'm Rachel. My name's Simone.
I'm Isabella Will.
I'm Avery Klein.
I'm Joey Bernal Alonso.
And I'm Pablo Rojas.
And you're watching
UATV3.
This next section of the show will dive into recent and upcoming events that impact students and all of Tucson.
The first is a new art gallery documenting the recent history of politics through doodles. A gallery downtown opened this past weekend titled The Drawings and Doodles of Grijalva. This gallery displays 175 pieces from the late congressman who served for Southern Arizona. His pieces were often drawn on the official House of Representatives stationery during hearings and meetings. They reflect the particular discussions from when they were drawn, walking the gallery visitors not only through his life but history as well. The gallery is open at the space until October 31st.
While the gallery documents history through drawings, this new performance explores the future of climate change through movement. The Climate Project is an original work devised by U of A students and faculty. It performed last week, delivering its message through trapeze work, body movement, and lighting and sound. UATV reporter Quincy Fink has more.
We're at the Tony Bean Theater at the U of A for the Climate Project, which is student-written, unlike plays and dances.
Pre-show, you were able to look at this amazing scenery and check out a virtual reality experience associated with the Climate Project. The Climate Project is a form of movement-based theater to showcase the issue of climate change in the Sonoran Desert to everywhere in the world.
To me, the Climate Project is a show about humanity and its effect on our Earth and sort of the connection of how we all fit into this.
We've maintained about 6 or 7 people that were in the original cast, and those folks are in this current cast, which is awesome.
So it was really interesting to work with everyone. Ideas were thrown out, some were taken, some were changed, some were different, and a lot of the times it was purely improv.
With the help of their director, Rick Waymer, the lighting and sound department, the cast brought out intense moments all throughout the show.
Because of the nature of the Climate Project, it is purely image-based.
I kind of look at it as visual poetry.
With UATV3 in Tucson, Arizona, I'm Quincy Fink.
Switching from the School of Theater to Arizona Athletics, this next event gave a famous basketball player his U of A DJ debut. NBA Hall of Fame legend Shaquille O'Neal, also known as DJ Diesel, made a trip to Tucson last Friday to perform at the post-move party following the men's basketball Red and Blue Showcase. UATV3 reporter Rachel Keatsman has more on this event.
Arizona Athletics and Dusk Music Festival have partnered together to bring Shaquille O'Neal, aka DJ Diesel, to the University of Arizona for a DJ performance this past Friday. Following the University of Arizona's Red and Blue Showcase game for the men's basketball team, the school hosted the post-move after party presented by Coors Light. Located on the Bear Down field directly following the end of the showcase game, this was an event open to all ages. The crowd was filled with students, parents, grandchildren, and even grandparents. The event opened with back-to-back performances from Michael Schwartz from the Beastie Boys, also known as Mixmaster Mike, a 3-time DMC World DJ Champion, and Arizona's head men's basketball coach, Tommy Lloyd. Members from Arizona's marching band and Palm Line also took the stage right before DJ Diesel's set to perform a couple of songs, including the Arizona Fight song. Shaquille O'Neal finally took the stage around 9:30 on Friday night, joined by the men's basketball team. O'Neal played many upbeat remixes to popular songs to an electric crowd, with people on each other's shoulders and mosh pits forming. Student Amir Beck said this about the event.
It was a great time. Everyone was having a fun time. He really brought the energy to the crowd by asking people for mosh pits, everything like that. Like, we saw some crazy things, but it was an amazing night. Really like seeing him. He's a good DJ. Wouldn't have expected it, but he really was.
There were also food trucks and a bar to satisfy concert goers' needs. along with a VIP area for those who want to get an escape from the crowd, providing a seating area and closer access to the stage. This performance came just over a month before the Dusk Music Festival taking place in downtown Tucson, which will feature performances from popular artists such as Levity. Reporting for UATV3, this is Rachel Keatsman.
Gabby, did you know that Shaq is 7'1"?
That's crazy. I'm only 5'2", and that means he's almost 2 feet taller than me.
Yeah, I can't even imagine that height. Well, while Arizona Athletics has been busy on stage, they've also been busy on the field. When we come back, Elias Bonilla will have more on Arizona sports.
And stick around because after we will have our first edition of the Political Pulse in Wildcast. Stay with us.
Welcome back to Wildcast. My name is Elias Bonilla. Let's take a look at all the sports played this last week on this episode of Wildcast. Arizona women's soccer has been one of the most interesting sports so far this semester, and their most recent matchups at West Virginia and Cincinnati have kept up this narrative. This past Thursday, they continued Big 12 play, losing to West Virginia in a shutout, 3-0. Despite goalkeeper Olivia Ramey recording 3 saves and good shots by players like Sammy Batosh and Jessica Bedoya, it wasn't enough to stop the dominant West Virginia team. Just yesterday, they continued their season with another away game, this time to play the University of Cincinnati. However, the bad fortunes continued as they lost 1-0. The goal came in the 83rd minute of play, as up to that point the game had been one of attrition. Arizona struggled and was simply outplayed, having just 1 shot attempted, which was by midfielder Lily Boydston. Cincinnati, on the other hand, had 14. Although Arizona had more saves and had only 1 less corner shot than the Bearcats, it ultimately didn't result in a win. The Wildcats will continue their season with a Friday matchup at home against Utah. As we near the beginning of basketball season, what better way to highlight the team than at the Red Blue Showcase at McHale this past Friday? UATV3 reporter Jacob Aries has more on how the showcase went.
The University of Arizona men's basketball team is competing against itself in the Red and Blue Showcase. It is the first chance where Arizona students and the Tucson community can see this new team in full action.
On Friday, October 3rd, fans and anticipation filled up the stands at the McHale Center for the men's basketball Red Blue Showcase. It marks the unofficial start to the season, which makes Wildcat fans excited. The event kicked off with a scrimmage by the 2024-25 national champions, the University of Arizona men's wheelchair basketball. McHale was star-studded with celebrities to judge the dunk contest. They were also joined by U of A greatness Rob Gronkowski and Dr. Shaquille O'Neal. Former student Harry Lex talks about his experience at the scrimmage and the team's ceiling.
I loved a lot about it. Yeah, it was memorable. I mean, it was cool seeing Gronk come out play and stuff like that. It was a good time. It was fun. The ceiling's natty. Absolutely. 97 all over again. Let's see. But I think it's a good team.
A 3-point contest between the men's team and the women's team commenced the showcase. Anthony Del Orso on the men's side and Michaela Perdue on the women's side went shot for shot in a nail-biter final round of the 3-point contest. Del Orso edged out a win with a score of 19-18. Athleticism and creativity spearheaded the dunk contest. Aristode and Arnold advanced to the final round, but it was special guest Rob Gronkowski who ultimately claimed the victory. Sophomore Pride of Arizona band member Chris Alexander talks about his perspective, what makes McHale an intimidating atmosphere for a visiting team.
Yeah, I feel like our recruiting was really good this season from the off season. I feel like we have, as far as the basketball team, we have a great team. As far as the band, we have a great band, and I think that our band is really strong. Key takeaways was that there was some freshmen that were they were coming in clutch. They were doing some great things. They were doing some really strong things and some really fun things that I think it would be cool to see during the game.
The final event was a 2 10-minute half scrimmage between the red and blue team. Rocky Gronkstone suited up for the second half for the blue team, missing all of his shots. Gronkstone then committed 2 fouls, argued with the ref, and got ejected for spiking the ball. It was the red team that pulled off the win, 45-44. Braden Burries of the red team led all scorers with a total of 22. Arizona will host an exhibition matchup against St. Mary's on October 18th at the McKale Center. The team's regular season tips off on November 3rd when they face the University of Florida in the Hall of Fame series in Las Vegas. For UATV3, I'm Jacob Aries.
U of A football returned back to Tucson this weekend, where they hosted Oklahoma State. It was a blowout where the Wildcats were ahead at the half 24-6 and ultimately won 41-13. Noah Fafita had a great game where he threw for 376 yards and 5 touchdown passes, including finding wide receiver Trey Spivey twice. The defense also played really well, holding Oklahoma State to just 158 yards of total offense. UATV3 reporter Michelle Suarez will have the full in-depth look into how this game went for the Wildcats on Wednesday's starting lineup, so make sure to tune in then. The women's volleyball team had an absolute thriller this past Thursday, where they played Utah at the McKale Center. In a thrilling 5-set game, it was the Wildcats who came out victorious. In an emotional victory for the Wildcats, it was Jordan Wilson who led the team with 17 kills, and Carly Cisneros and Adriana Bridges had 11 and 10 kills respectively. For more on this game, you'll have to tune into Wednesday's show, where UATV3 reporter Alex Kastner will have more on this epic back-and-forth matchup. That's all I have for Wildcat Sports right now. Make sure to go watch Wednesday's starting lineup, where we'll have an in-depth look into football, volleyball, and all the sports on campus.
Welcome back. My name is Lorelai Lilly, and I will be your host for the first Political Pulse of the year. Tonight we will cover national politics, diving into how they relate to campus and the political landscape of Tucson. The Political Pulse starts now. Today marks the 6th day of the U.S. federal government shutdown, where the congressional Republicans and Democrats remain deadlocked. The political standoff is centered on a budget dispute surrounding health care and funding. The funding lapse, which began at 12:01 a.m. on October 1st, occurred after Senate Republicans and Democrats could not agree on the terms for this bill. Now, Republicans hold majority, but they lack the 60-vote threshold needed to pass this bill. The impasse hinges on the upcoming expiration of enhanced health care premium subsidies under the Affordable Care Act. Democrats demand that any temporary funding measure include any extension of the subsidies. They argue it's necessary to prevent the insurance rate hikes, as the ACA insurance marketplace open enrollment is set to begin on November 1st. Negotiations are expected to continue as both sides remain deadlocked over how to fund the government and address the expiring healthcare subsidies. This prospect of a prolonged shutdown appears to have increased. As the federal shutdown paralyzes Washington, a different kind of paralysis is gripping Arizona's 7th district. The swearing in of a newly elected Democrat representative, Adelita Grijalve, has been delayed by nearly 2 weeks as the federal government shutdown continues to halt House legislative business. Sessions have been canceled and the House will not return until the Senate produces a budget. This decision leaves Grijalve waiting. Re-elect Grijalva pointed out that 3 other representatives were recently sworn in a day after the election, questioning the delay. The Speaker's office stated the swearing in could be scheduled when the House returns to session, but has proved no timeline for that to occur. Transitioning from the halls of Congress in the House of Tucson, Arizona, After a short break, we will return to your attention to U of A's current position after a new impact from the White House. Stay with us.
I'll be right there.
Thanks, cameraman. You're my hero.
The White House has asked 9 major universities, including the University of Arizona, to commit to a set of administration, political, and policy priorities in exchange for preferential access to federal funding. The proposal, titled Compact for Academic Excellence in the Higher Education, was sent on Wednesday, asking the institutions to align with the White House's visions on campus issues. The 10-page agreement asks universities to adopt several specific policies, including no longer considering race, gender, and other demographics in admissions. Undergraduate applicants will also be required to submit SAT or ACT scores. Accepting the federal government's definition on gender, applying it to campus bathrooms, locker rooms, and women's sports teams. Capping international undergraduate enrollment at 15% of the student body, no more than 5% coming from a single country. Committing to promoting a wide range of viewpoints, including the potential for transforming or abolishing institutional units that purposefully punish, belittle, and even spark violence against conservative ideas. And freeing tuition for U.S. students for 5 years. The wealthiest campuses have been asked to also eliminate tuition for students in hard science programs. The proposal was sent to the University of Arizona, Vanderbilt, the University of Pennsylvania, Dartmouth College, the University of Southern California, MIT, the University of Texas, Brown University, and the University of Virginia. All are considered top-tier research schools. A spokesperson from the U of A said they are reviewing the compact carefully. Representatives from the other universities have not yet responded to the request for comment. That's all the time we have for this first edition of the Political Pulse in Wildcast. Once again, I am your host, Lorelei Lilly. We will now go back to Avery and Gabby to close out tonight's show.
And with that, we wrap up tonight's Wildcast. Thank you so much for joining us.
Be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all of our upcoming shows. Once again, I'm Gabby Alvarado.
And I'm Avery Klein. Be sure to tune in Wednesday for the starting lineup. Have a great night, Wildcats.